Hi! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Teacher Josa. Alright. Our last meeting is about medieval and modern Western philosophies. We also meet different people involving these two distinct eras and how modern philosophy is connected to metaphysics, epistemology, and axiology. I know that you all learned a lot, right? Right. So with that said, let's move on with our activity. Guess who? All right, guess who? Sino yung dinidescribe o tinutukoy? He established ethical, moral, and social standards that form the basis of a way life known as Confucianism. Okay, the correct answer is it it's Confucius. Okay? Next, he is an ilustrado but not recognized by formally educated ilustrado who look down on him as being uneducated and poor. So it's Andres Bonifacio. He's actually an ilustrado. But the formally educated ilustrado does not or did not actually recognize him. His Indian prince influenced enlightenment, experienced enlightenment, and shared the Four Noble Truths. Siddhartha Gautama Buddha. Again, he's from India, not in China. Though maraming mga Chinese ang gumagamit ng mga Buddha. Next, he wanted to become a province of Spain because he believed that majority of Filipinos were uneducated, ignorant, and morally corrupt. So that is Jose Rizal. He wanted to become a province of Spain. Take note of that. All right, so our topic for today is Eastern and Filipino philosophies. For today's discussion, again, we have the same standard that the learner understands the meaning and process of doing philosophy, that the learner reflects on a concrete experience in a philosophical way, and our most essential learning competency is recognize human activities and emanated from deliberate reflection. Our specific objectives are we are going to differentiate Eastern and Filipino philosophy using a Venn diagram. And I want you to write stories rich with Eastern or Filipino philosophical concepts. That is psychomotor. So let's start the Eastern philosophies. All right. So the main difference between the school of thought of the philosophies of the East and West are the West individualism and the East collectivism. The Eastern philosophy is drawn much more into groups or society or people's actions and thoughts as one in order to find meaning in life as they try to get rid of the false me concept and find meaning in discovering the true me in relation to everything around them as part of bigger scheme. In contrast, the Western civilization is more individualistic, trying to find meaning of life here and now with self at the center as it is already given and part of the divine. That's the main difference. Again, in West it's individualism while in is collectivism. All right, let us take a deeper look into more aspect of Eastern philosophies to further understand this. Number one, ex oriente lux, light from the Orient. The philosophy started in the East and antedated the earliest philosopher in West by 15th century. So here, meaning light from the Orient or out of the East light, the belief that greater wisdom and deeper spirituality can be found in its religions. than in a materialistic West. Given impetus for such people as Schopenhauer or Sir Edwin Arnold, his Light of Asia appeared in 1879. It led to an extensive and serious academic endeavor to study the religions of the East and to publish texts and translations. Next, philosophy is human before it is Eastern or Western. For Eastern philosophy, spirituality is a value. The idea of supreme being is universal. And before the invasion, philosophy was its peak in China, India, and in Middle East. Here in the spirituality is a value, the Eastern philosophy, this cosmological unity is the main point in journey of life as it goes toward the eternal realities. Life is round, and the recurrence with everything around it is important. Those are important. Ethics is based on behavior, and dependence is from inside to the outside. In order to be liberated, the inner self must be freed first in accordance to the world around it. Diba? To be able to understand yourself, kailangan mong unawain ang iyong sarili ng outside sa mundo o sa materialistic na mundo o makamundo, sabi nga ng iilan. Alright? Before the invasions, philosophy was at peak in China, India, and Middle East. Some of these philosophies include Hinduism. The term Hindu comes from the Persian word Hind, which was the name given to the Indus River region or of northern India. Most generally, Hinduism means the religion of the Indus River region. Their sacred text is large work called Vedas. It describes the future of various gods, rituals, and chants. The Hindu name for this reality is Atman Brahman, literally meaning self-god, and much of Hindu philosophy focuses of this concept. For Chinese philosophy includes Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism. Of course, our very own of course, our own motherland also has philosophies dated back to 18th century. Okay? So, first university in the Philippines is University of Santo Tomas. Thomism, dominant philosophy subject in the country during 18th century. So, that is the first dominant subject in our country. While sa University of the Philippines, they added more Western philosophies, such as, ayan. So, let's see this Filipino philosophies. Number 1, Rizal philosophy of nonviolence. Rizal was a Filipino-Spanish patriot who sought the good of his native Philippines, the Patria Chica, so that it would have the dignity and the stature worthy of the Spanish nation, the Patria Grande. He wanted to become a province of Spain because he believed that majority of Filipinos were uneducated, ignorant, and morally corrupt. Actually, tuturing sila Rizal na kauna-unahang OFW kasi they got this philosophies, of course, sa West, and they see yung freedom, yung intellect, or yung importance ng education actually. So, kaya pinaglilaban niya na lang is na maging province tayo talaga ng Spain. Why? Diba? Sabi niya nga kay Bonifacio, napakahirap na bigyan mo ng kalayaan ng mga taong hindi handa or hindi edukado. Lalong magkakagulo. Next, for Rizal o utopian society. Utopia is originally conceived as desirable society. Thomas More coined the term for two Greek words O for no or not or opos for place. It's literally means nowhere, utopia. Prefix O can also mean as good or ideal place or society. See this? Reformists sought the following. They want equality between Spaniards and Filipinos. They want representation in the Spanish Cortes kasi lahat lang, di ba, Spanish. They want to grant of freedom of speech and press of redress of grievances from the government. So ever since, they fight for freedom of speech, no? Letter D, secularization and handing over the parishes to the secular priests. Kasi during that time, ang mga priests lang ay Spaniards. So they want Filipino priests then. So let's see the characteristic of Rizal's new society. The Philippine archipelago must be united as a Filipino nation, compact, vigorous, and homogeneous. For Rizal, new society, the people must be educated in civic virtues and enlightened in all possible senses to be struggle for their rights. Also, for Rizal, he believed that schools of sufficient quality and quantity must be established throughout the archipelago for enlightenment and for livelihood. There must be a common language for people and it must be a native language. How about Bonifacio? Bonifacio was an ilustrado but not recognized by formally educated ilustrado looking down as being uneducated. And even sa mga films, sa mga LM sessions natin or mga pictures, for example, na nakikita nyo na picture ni Bonifacio ay mukhang mahirap, no? Na pinapakita, uneducated siya, mahirap siya. But he's not, no? Ilustrado siya actually. And he sought for the separation of the Philippines from Spain in the view of breach contract. So for Rizal, he just want us to become one of the provinces of Spain, while Bonifacio really want a, separation. Bonifacio, philosophy of revolution. To agitate politically is to arouse in people political interest in something, to steer or to prepare them to pursue a political course of action. For Bonifacio, napakahalaga ng exposure ng tao sa political issues. All right, so this is additional. Yan. So let's see this philosophy for children of Dr. Suzimo Lee. Dr. Suzimo Lee is a doctor, PhD in philosophy, University at Buffalo, the State University of New York. Is former dean of UP College of Social Sciences and Philosophy. And here's the levels of training in learning philo daw, or in doing philo. Number 1, show practicality of philosophy. Saan siya ginagamit? So, ginagamit natin siya sa pagdadahilan, pag-iisip, pag-analyze, hindi basta-basta nagde-decide, di ba? Number 2, create a community of inquiry among students. Later, I'll describe community of inquiry. Evaluation and teach others. Ito, mahalaga. Write story rich with philosophical concepts. So, for Dr. Suzimo Lee, sabi niya napakahalaga ng higher order thinking skill, higher order thinking, access to the tool of inquiry. We have tools, methods of reasoning, practice of concept analysis. You analyze the concept, experience in critical reading. You really read, you really analyze the content. You read between the line, you see the interpretation or the meaning of the concepts, and experience in critical writing. Opportunities for narration. You share to other people, you narrate it. So the state of community of inquiry, yan. Collective enterprise starts with question. Criteria for judgment, it's a shared judgment and collective dialogue. So when we say community of inquiry, again, you always ask, and it's okay to ask. So you always C, the criteria for judgment or the rubric. Paano ba ako gigradean? Ano ba yung objective ng pagtatanong na ito, ng discussion na to? Or ano ba yung target namin? Ano ba yung goals namin? When we share judgment and collective dialogue after asking questions, after seeking, for example, help of other people, and consider all the criteria for judgment, you need to talk and meet halfway or to analyze the situation and see how are you going to solve this problem. Collective dialogue, tulong-tulong, no? So here's my question. What are the characteristics of Eastern philosophy? What are the characteristics of Filipino philosophy? What are the factors influencing Filipino philosophy? So, makikita natin, no, ang laki ng impluensya ng Western philosophy kay Rizal, no, napaka-liberal na mag-isip, no? Why do we need to study Eastern and Filipino philosophy? Sa college days ni ma'am, we interviewed a monk in Buddhist temple in Manila. And according to them, Buddhism is not religion, it's a way of life. For them, it's philosophy and both religion. For others naman, religion ito. But for them, it's again, way of life. So we need to study Eastern and Filipino philosophy to, gain wisdom, gain knowledge about it, and to understand its unique culture. That Eastern is more on the spiritual side, and Filipino, nakakuha tayo ng influence from Eastern and also from Western nung nang ibang bansa sila Rizal. Okay? Last na, bakit ganun, ma'am? So makikita natin influence of geography. 'Di ba? In Eastern in Philippines, in East and in the Philippines, laki ng nature. Masagana, no? So, we tend to be thankful. Hinihintay na lang natin yung mga biyaya. So, we believe, for example, kapag maraming ani na binibless tayo ng Diyos, no? While in West kasi, geographically speaking, puro bato. And if you're going to observe, bakit nakahubad yung mga rebulto doon? Bakit nakahubad yung mga rebulto sa kanila? Sabihin mo nun, liberated agad, no? So, pinapakita nun actually na in West, ang unang pinag-aralan ng mga tao ay kanyang sariling katawan. Kaya nakaubad, no? To analyze and to see. Yung tao, very human-centered or self-centered. Next, to what extent is Eastern and Filipino philosophy helpful in understanding thing or in gaining wisdom? All right, for our learning activity, I want you to differentiate Eastern and Filipino philosophy using this Venn diagram. I want you to write stories rich with Western or Filipino philosophical concepts about spirituality, about revolution, about perfect society or utopian society, about asking questions, about stories for children na may philosophical concepts, just like Dr. Susimo Lee, yung kanyang proposal na ang philo ay hindi lang basta nile-lecture, kundi na i-experience natin. That's why in philosophy, we have 3 philosophical mind games for first quarter so that you will experience na gawin yung philosophy at hindi lang magkaroon ng philosophy. So include questions that will make your reader think and analyze. For our additional activities, research articles about Filipino philosophy and write the 10 essential things you've learned from it. Kasi yung mga shinare syempre ni ma'am, very limited lang. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you all. Sana nagustuhan yung aking eyeglass. Sakit kasi sa mata ng computer. Babad na babad na. Luwa-luwa na yung mata.